Today's game is being broadcast in Spanish where available using the SAP button on your television. They have finished up the festivities for Alumni Weekend. The Dolphins are ready to take on the Buffalo Bills. It's an AFC East battle. It's a beautiful day for football. We'll have the kick when we return to South Florida.
Presenting the Subway Fresh Buzz. Served to you by Subway Restaurants. Things got hot in Miami last week as the Dolphin defense got interceptions from Issa Abdul-Quddus and Rashad Jones to hold the Steelers to under 200 yards passing. Running back Jay Ajayi powered the offense with 204 yards rushing and 2 scores, including a 62-yard touchdown run in the final minute that sealed the win.
Best part of the turkey is the giblets.
Cook the turkey upside down and it will baste itself.
I like my turkey carved thick.
Everyone's got an opinion when it comes to turkey, even Subway. Our new thick-cut autumn carved turkey sandwich has all white meat with no artificial preservatives or flavors, and is topped with sliced cheddar and sweet cranberry mustard sauce on freshly baked wheat bread. Only at Subway.
Now this is how turkey should taste. Right, Bethany?
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Well, there's Dan Carpenter, the former Miami Dolphin, who is set to tee things up. The Buffalo Bills won the toss today and have deferred to the second half. So that means that the Dolphins will get the football to begin this afternoon's ball game. They have one of more of the electric return men in Jakeem Grant out of Texas Tech, the rookie. He's back deep to receive. He's not a big fella. He stands at 5'7", but even he says he's probably a little shy of 5'7", but he can run. Carpenter, who began his career here in Miami. Yeah, Jakeem Grant's trying to get this crowd into today's ball game. So here we go, the Bills and the Dolphins from South Florida, and we are underway. And Grant will come up and field it right at the goal line. If he gets some blocks, he can run, and he didn't get the blocks he needed, so he stopped at the 19-yard line. All right, so let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Chris Fisher. Chris?
Thanks, Tom. Adam Gase said with the offensive line starters returning, it allows him to better evaluate Ryan Tannehill. Gase admits he was brought to Miami to turn around Tannehill and the offense. He said initially he put too much on his quarterback's shoulders. Tannehill was seeing one thing and Gase was thinking another, but lately he's been seeing progress in his QB's development.
It's been outstanding. He said last week they communicated better than any other week. Now they are huddling up more. They're not huddling as much. He was not sacked last week. He's got 2 receivers to the top, and the handoff goes to Ajayi, and his first run of the day is a lot like last week. Ronald Darby makes the tackle. So Ryan Tannehill in his 5th year out of Texas A&M, former wide receiver in college turned quarterback his last couple of years. 5 straight games versus the AFC East with 300 yards or more passing.
Got to remember also he's played in a lot of different systems and had a lot of different offensive coordinators, and because of the offensive line being in flux for a big part of this season, you know, they finally feel that last week's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers is what their offense can start to look like consistently.
Well, that's Kenny Stills in motion as Tannehill on first down finds Stills, and he's run out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Let's take a look at the Dolphins offense. We begin with the offensive line. We talk about them being together for the second straight game. Mike Pouncey is definitely the leader as the center for the Miami Dolphins. And from a skill standpoint, well, Ajayi, I don't know if you can spotlight anybody else after a 200-yard, 2-touchdown performance last week.
It's exactly what he needed. He didn't have the best start to the season. He had about a 10-day period, Adam Gase says, where he kind of lost it. But he's come back and he's practiced extremely hard. and you have to maximize your opportunities. That's exactly what he did last week.
On second down and 6, they may have gotten Jerry Hughes to jump. Ajayi, though, will bounce right across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Lorenzo Alexander and Zach Brown make the tackle.
Offside. Defense number 55. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
So Jerry Hughes is called for the penalty. Let's take a look at the Bills defense. Kyle Williams, Adam Gase had him when he was at LSU. He said even back then his motor never stopped, and it's still the same with the Buffalo Bills. Preston Brown, he and Zach Brown are 1 and 2 in tackles. And Aaron Williams, well, we'll talk about Aaron Williams. He had neck surgery last year. Nobody thought he would come back and play, but he is back playing for the Buffalo Bills. On first down, here's Ajayi again. He is running hard on his first 3 carries, a gain of 9. Corey Graham makes the tackle. There is a little bit of an energy about this guy.
That tackle over, and they bring Jawan James, the right tackle, and put him next to Brandon Albert and Laramie Tunsil. They run to that left side and just completely blow off the Buffalo Bills off the ball.
Brandon Albert, 9th year out of Virginia. Tunsil, the rookie out of Mississippi. It'll be second down and 1. Quick pass, it's complete. That's Devontae Parker. Preston Brown makes the tackle. Well, Jay Ajayi, as Adam said, had a rough start to this year. He wasn't happy that he played in the 4th preseason game, and he sulked. And because of that, they didn't take him on the first trip to Seattle. And I think that sent the message he needed.
And he responded. The interesting thing to this is Adam Gase loves the outside zone. That's kind of his preferred method of running the football, and that suits Arian Foster as one of the best zone runners in football. Jay Ajayi, the way I saw it last week, more of a man blocking scheme runner. Expect to see a lot more pulls from their linemen so he can define the hole and hit it fast.
Off the play fake, Tannehill looking to throw. Has time, throws left, tough pass. It's caught by Ajayi, but Zach Brown was right in his back pocket. And he takes him out of bounds after a gain of 1. Zach Brown, first in tackles, even with Kuechly on the year. 5th-year pro out of North Carolina, who was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 2 weeks ago after 17 tackles against the New England Patriots.
He's been a tackling machine. He's been everywhere. He blitzes well, and he's emerged as one of the top inside linebackers in the league.
Movement from the right side of the offensive line. Looked like Jermon Bushrod may have moved.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So each team with a penalty so far in this first quarter. There's Adam Gase in his first year as the head coach of Miami. I don't know about you, Adam. I was impressed with how outspoken he was when he talked with us, and honest he was on Friday.
Yeah, he calls it like he sees it, and he pulled no punches. He had to make a couple tough moves a couple weeks ago, cutting some starting offensive linemen.
Tannehill under pressure. Alexander chasing him down, throws on the run, incomplete. Lorenzo Alexander, one of the best stories in the National Football League this year, forced Tannehill to make that throw.
He's an outside linebacker, but they move him everywhere. You're going to see a lot of pressure through the A-gaps from Alexander. And they're trying to run a bootleg pass. Not a good effort by the right tackle, Jawan James. Alexander forces Tannehill to get rid of it.
It's a guy who was a special teams machine early on in his career, still plays special teams. Now he's forced a 3rd down and 13. Last week against Pittsburgh, they were at 50% on 3rd down. Tannehill, middle of the field, pass is complete. Kenny Stills. And he's got a first down to the 35. You want to talk about threading a needle. That's exactly what Tannehill did.
What does it start with, Tom? It starts with protection. You're going to see Kenny Stills hook up right here, right behind the inside linebacker. And look at the pocket that Tannehill has to stand in. There is nobody around him. He can set his feet, fire it right down the middle of the field, and a big catch by Stills over the middle.
Aaron Williams made the tackle. So this drive, this will be the 9th play of the drive. 5 passes, 3 rushes. And that ball was swatted away. Jerry Hughes got his hand on it and knocked it away. It'll be second down and 10.
It's amazing, this defense. Last year, you know, what is Rex Ryan known for? His defenses are known for putting pressure on the quarterback. And they had a lot of talent, but only 21 sacks last season from the defense. 14 of those coming from the defensive line. But boy, I tell you what, they have the front seven. They have that front four humming. Jerry Hughes has been all over the place this season.
And a reminder, too, we mentioned Marcel Darius. He still has not played a game because of suspension and because of a hamstring injury. And Rex Ryan said he's my best defensive player. Ajayi on second down. Bounces down toward the 30. They'll mark him at the 31. Zach Brown makes the tackle. It'll be third down. All right, so the Dolphins are huddling, and this has been a topic over the last couple weeks. They would love to go no huddle, but they've decided to huddle because it helps the linemen and helps Tannehill with the mental approach to the game.
A lot of the communication was getting fouled up when they rushed to the line of scrimmage, and Tannehill had to get people lined up. He had to give people the calls, but they all kind of felt good about the need to reset after every single play, collect their thoughts, and they looked a lot better last week.
Well, this is more than 5.5 minutes this drive, and the pass complete to Stills close to the 20. A big third down conversion in front of Corey Graham. It's a gain of 11. So that was the 11th play of this drive. And last week the Dolphins had 3 drives of 11 or more plays, got only 3 points. They're trying to cash it in here.
All day. This is a 3-man rush. And again, zone coverage. Stills just curls up. There's nobody around him. You know, the Bills are known for man-to-man defense. In this drive, they played a lot of zone coverage. And Tannehill, because he has time, has been able to get the ball out.
Here's Ajayi on first down, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes in. That's something that didn't happen that often last week, where he was stopped for a loss.
Holding. Offense, number 51. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Mike Pouncey called for that penalty. The last opening drive touchdown allowed for the Buffalo Bills defense was 8 games ago in December against Washington. In fact, the Bills have been getting off to these fast starts, and that has helped Rex Ryan and his crew during this 4-game winning streak. Outscoring the opposition 31-6 in these 4 games in the first quarter. Damian Williams is in for the first time. Off the play fake, Tannehill throws it low.
You got to make this throw because Damian Williams comes out of the backfield and he out leveraged the linebacker. I believe that was Preston Brown to the flat. He puts that ball in Williams' hands. He's going to run up the sideline. That was a big miss and a missed opportunity.
So second down and 20. Jarvis Landry in motion. Ajayi. And Ajayi dances his way inside the 20. Corey Graham eventually makes the tackle. Well, that's a gain of 12 yards for Ajayi, who so far, Adam, 5 carries, 46 yards.
Yeah, tight ends played a huge role in the running game as well last week. Marquise Gray lined up as the wing. He leads up right inside on Kyle Williams, makes the contact. And Ajayi, again, when he has a puller in front of him, making contact with the linebacker, he sees the hole and makes great cuts.
Well, there's Arian Foster, who's in for the first time on 3rd down and 8 from the 18. The Bills have not allowed a 3rd down conversion in the red zone this year. Tannehill trying to make it the first one. Nothing there. Off the hands of Stills. And Stephon Gilmore was in on the coverage, and the Bills, even though this was a long drive, they will force a field goal.
It's been exactly what they've been good at. This is perfect coverage by Stephon Gilmore on the outside, going back to the curl. Something that was good to them in that drive, but a beautiful break on the ball, breaks it up and forcing the field goal.
Well, Andrew Franks, who had 3 field goals last week against Pittsburgh, which is a career high, will attempt a 36-yarder. He has had a couple of field goal attempts blocked this year. Good snap, good hold, kick is on its way. It had better height, and it is good. And the Dolphins jump out to a 3-0 lead with 7:28 to play here in the first quarter. Tyrod Taylor is on his way for his first series of the day. He's had to sit quite a long time before he's going to touch the football for the first time when we get back.
General, there's been a breach. We need your password so we can lock down the system.
My password?
Yes, sir, we need your password.
The password that I use?
Yes, sir, your password.
There's been another breach.
Sir.
Right, okay. IHATEMYJOB1.
I hate my job. One?
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
If you can dream it, you can do it. In the all-new Ridgeline from Honda.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, only on Verizon.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places. The only network that can power the first phone with the new Google Assistant, unlimited photo storage, and a stunning VR experience.
How is this possible?
So buy a Pixel only on Verizon and get up to $300 back. And right now, get 4 lines and 20 gigs for just $160 with no surprise overages. All on America's best network.
Hang on! Mic drop. Who is Mic Drop?
I'm gonna set up your Instagram account.
Oh, please don't do that.
Too late. My mom's already following you.
Great.
Yes! Whoa! Great.
15 plays, 64 yards. Frank's field goal, 36 yards, has given the Dolphins a 3-0 lead. You know, before last week, they were averaging 55 plays on offense per game. Then they had 68 last week. They like that. And this is another good start for them, although they would love to have gotten 7. Tate lets that go over his head. So the Buffalo Bills and Tyrod Taylor get the football for the first time when we get back.
Keep the dream alive with the Honda Accord. The car that made Car and Driver's 10 Best a record 30 times just got better. With features like multi-angle rear view camera, standard. The Honda Accord.
I live in a nameless town, blackout. Midnight, where we used to dance, underneath the early halogen lamps. All went away so fast, blackout.
Have fun with your replaced windows.
Get away!
Leave him! Leave him!
Brick and mortar, what?
When you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive, you get more than a big discount.
That's what you get for bundling home and auto.
You get sneaky good coverage.
Thanks. We're gonna live forever!
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Progressive, handing off big savings to you. And by Honda. Great deals are waiting for you at your local Honda dealer.
Tyrod Taylor, who just signed a lucrative contract extension this past offseason. This is what he did last week against the 49ers. Don't forget, he didn't play most of the fourth quarter. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions in 2 career games against Miami. Pistol formation with LaShawn McCoy in the backfield, and Taylor will roll the pocket, has plenty of time, and throws on the run. It's complete. And that's his first pass play of the game. Goodwin with the reception, Maxwell with the coverage. Let's take a look at the Bills offense, their offensive line. So Richie Incognito, who played here with the Miami Dolphins, has been a stabilizing force for the Bills on the offensive line so far this year. And there's LaShawn McCoy. You have to spotlight him. 587 yards on the ground and also 97 yards receiving. And he was a big question mark because of a hamstring injury that he sustained Wednesday in practice. On first down, he'll get his first carry of the day. And up to the 42-yard line. Let's take a look at the Dolphins defense. We'll begin with their defensive line. Cameron Wake getting more reps. He's probably feeling good after Penn State's victory last night over Ohio State. Kiko Alonso is the leading tackler for the Dolphins. He's over from the Eagles, but started with the Buffalo Bills. And Michael Thomas, he is taking over for Rashad Jones. That's a lot of responsibility. On second down at 8. Out of the shotgun is Taylor. And Taylor's under pressure, and he breaks away from Cameron Wake and runs out of bounds, which he does so well, up to the 46-yard line. Neville Hewitt makes the tackle. There's Cameron Wake.
Oh, Cameron Wake, beautiful off of Tyrod Taylor's right side. And the thing you notice when you watch Taylor play, his ability to make the first rusher miss is as good or better than any mobile quarterback in football. And that's where he's been most dangerous this year. Not only, using his legs, but that buys time for him to identify receivers down the field. And they've hit a lot of big ones there as well.
Third down and 6. 38% this year for the Bills on third down. Play clock is down to 3. Play clock is down to 0, and Taylor just gets it off. Nope, there's a flag that's thrown. He did not get it off in time.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's Brad Allen, our referee. I don't think he realized where the play clock was. He sees it under the goalpost in front of him. But it got loud here.
Well, Eric Wood didn't get the signal from John Miller until it was too late. He's looking for the signal from his right guard to tap him on the butt. But he didn't get that signal too late, and he didn't snap the ball.
See, there's the tap. Play clock is down to 5. Play clock down to 1. He just gets it off. And Taylor is hit, and he is thrown down by Cameron Wake. Cameron Wake, whose first career NFL sack came against the Buffalo Bills in 2009, gets it to the backfield here.
Might be a long day on that right side by Jordan Mills. 2 plays in a row. Cameron Wake easily beats him with a speed rush to the outside and is able to get to Taylor. This time, he gets him to the ground. And they're going to have a hard time dealing with the speed of Wake coming off that corner all game.
Loss of 5. First punt of the day for Colton Schmidt, who didn't punt till the second half last week. Grant from the 21. Flags are in. Lorenzo Alexander trying to chase him down. And he is tripped up to the 25-yard line. Mike Gillislee makes the tackle for Buffalo. 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And Brad Allen's going to let us know who the penalty is against.
During the kick, holding number 35 of the receiving team. That 10-yard penalty will be administered from the end of the kick. First down.
There's Walt Aikens. He was called for the penalty. Cameron Wake with this sack, his first of the day, 2.5 on the year, 72.5 for his NFL career.
We're nonstop. We got to have our extra protein. Oikos Triple Zero Greek non-fat yogurt has 15 grams of protein, 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweetener, and 0 fat, and 0 holding me back.
Oikos Triple Zero. Be unstoppable.
Everyone say that I am too young to do my own thing, but I know they're wrong. You see, Mama not worried and Papa never did. I'm just a little bitty girl like a whole lot of kids doing my own thing. Check me out.
Find your perfect car, or the perfect car for her. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
Sick of getting gouged for limited data? Introducing T-Mobile One. One price, all unlimited for everyone. Get 4 lines for $35 per month each with unlimited 4G LTE data. Switch today.
You're the guy with the case full of monsters, huh? That can get you killed, Mr. Scavenger.
No human could do what this thing is capable of. This is a beast.
This could mean exposure. It must be stopped.
Fantastic beasts and where to find them. Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX.
Give it up. Matt LeBlanc's in the house. Man with a Plan premieres CBS Monday.
Number 79.
Be the first to know your team's news with the CBS Sports app. Get instant updates, expert analysis, highlights, and more. Download the CBS Sports app today. Second possession of the day for the Dolphins, leading at 3-0 after a long drive. The last time out, the penalty moves the football back to the 12. And Ajayi on his first carry this time is stopped by Zach Brown. They'll be second down. Well, Laramie Tunzel from Ole Miss really is an athlete that dropped to the Dolphins in the first round. And you talked to Brandon Albert, the left tackle. He said this kid is going to be special as the years move on.
You could see his talent, and getting him back last week at left guard was huge. He had a tremendous game. Now he's going to end up being a tackle someday, but he's learned how to play guard very well.
On second down, Ajayi up to the 15. Jerry Hughes makes the tackle. Kyle Williams was there as well. It's a gain of 3. Now Tunzel a couple weeks ago missed a game because he sprained an ankle in the shower. And Adam Gase told us the whole story when he received the news. He said he couldn't believe it. And Ryan Tannehill told us that his wife, after she saw him after the game, said, I'm going to buy all of those guys shower shoes from here on out.
Said he was on the way. Adam Gase was on the way to the stadium when the offensive line coach got the call, and he just couldn't believe it.
Well, 3rd down and 7. The last drive, there was only 1 third down. They didn't convert. Tannehill out of the shotgun. Alexander's right at his feet. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Stills. Broken up by Corey Graham. And let's see who the penalty is against. It's holding against the Dolphins.
Holding. Offense, number 74. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Well, Jermon Bushrod called for the holding penalty, and they decline it because Corey Graham made such a good defensive play.
So the right side of your screen, number 74, he gets his left arm around the neck of Lorenzo Alexander as he's running another inside stunt trying to get to Tannehill.
Brandon Tate on to receive the punt from Matt Darr, his first of the game. From his goal line. And Tate will get a chance to return this one from the 40. Makes one man miss, so that means he's in Miami territory, and then a whole lot more. Excellent field position for the Bills on the second series of the day for Tyrod Taylor, the veteran. Brandon Tate coming up big. The Bills down 3-0 when we come back.
Honda knows making smart choices can give us better peace of mind. But smart can also be exciting. And with Sport Mode in the Accord, now you can have both. The action-packed Accord, a car and driver's 10 best, a record 30 times. Nothing compares to a Honda.
It's your TV. Take it with you. With DirecTV and AT&T, watch all your live channels on your devices data-free. Switch to DirecTV and lock in your price for 2 years. Offers starting at $50 a month.
You love McGriddles, but you don't love that you can't get them all day. But now you can get McGriddles all day and more, so you can find something else to not love. Like when sportscasters get carried away with the instant replay pen. Get more choices you love, now with all-day breakfast.
What?
Is he gone? Finally! I thought he'd never leave.
Why are you texting my man at 2 a.m.?
If you want someone to leave you alone, you pretend like you're sleeping. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Taking selfies in the kitchen does not make you a model. Okay.
Tom Selleck stars in a new Blue Bloods. CBS this Friday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
On first down, the Bills, excellent field position from the 30. Here's LaShawn McCoy. Nothing left, cuts back right, still cutting back. And he's going to get a few yards. Well, the Miami Dolphins defense, like a lot of other things around the National Football League, the Miami Dolphins defense took a huge hit last week when Rashad Jones, who you see right there, had a shoulder injury in the game against the Steelers. He played great. He had an interception in that ball game, but as it turns out, he has a rotator cuff injury, and he's going to be a tough guy to replace. Michael Thomas, who's replacing him right now, made the last tackle and forces a second down and 7. Taylor rolls out, throws on the run, pass is complete. That's Justin Hunter. Hunter in practice has gone against Rashad Jones from time to time, the former Dolphin. Chris Fisher, you've been doing some investigating. How has Rashad Jones handled all this?
Well, he told me prior to the game that he's on the bench, there for support. He's become the vocal leader, as Adam Gase told us, to this defense. He said now it's time for him to sit there and get ready to lead them by example of word of mouth. He can't do it on the field any longer. He suffered a torn labrum last season. He played through it, but it's led to a rotator cuff injury that forced the Dolphins to place him on injured reserve, Tom.
As we talked about, Michael Thomas takes his spot. The handoff goes to LaShawn McCoy on 1st and 10 from the 13, and he gets 3 before Kiko Alonso makes the tackle. It'll be second down.
Well, I tell you, getting ready for this game and just watching Rashad Jones, no question that he deserves to be mentioned with one of the top safeties in the NFL. Not just because of the way he plays the run, but a safety, one of the few safeties with that all-around ability that can basically do whatever you ask of him. It's a tough guy to replace.
Well, they'll replace him with Michael Thomas, and some of the other responsibilities will go on the rest of the secondary. Here's second down, and Tyrod Taylor rolling out, throwing to the end zone, just throwing it away. Cameron Wake chasing him down. Your weekend starts on Thursday when the Jacksonville Jaguars tangle with the Tennessee Titans, only on NFL Network. Titans are facing the Colts today, and the Jaguars are facing the Oakland Raiders. 2 good matchups.
Bills are an excellent on both sides of the ball. Red zone defense and red zone offense. They're the 6th best red zone offense in the NFL. A lot of that is because they do a lot of speed option and a lot of movement with Tyrod Taylor.
Speaking of movement, that's Charles Clay moving in the backfield. Taylor from the shotgun looks toward the end zone, and Hunter was the intended receiver, and he wanted pass interference against Byron Maxwell, and the Bills will settle for a field goal attempt.
How about the game that Byron Maxwell had last week on Antonio Brown, the Pittsburgh Steelers? You know, he was sat for the Cincinnati game, and he came over. He had to learn a new scheme and a new way of communicating with their secondary. And Vance Joseph thought that sitting him down and allowing him to watch the communication really helped him. He responded, had a great game last week, and a big play right here in the end zone.
So Dan Carpenter, the 9th-year pro out of Montana, on for the field goal attempt, 29 yards. Good snap, good hold, and it is good. So we are tied up at 3, 49 seconds to play here in the first quarter from Miami.
The Honda Take Home a CRV sales event is here with incredible deals. Loaded with standard features. like Pandora compatibility, a multi-angle rear-view camera, and plenty of cargo space. It's no wonder the CR-V was named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Buy for 2016. Hurry into the Honda Take Home a CR-V sales event and get a great deal today.
I've learned thousands of plays under 5 different offensive coordinators. I've thrown over 5,300 passes in my career for over 60,000 yards. And that's just some of what I had to do to earn this jersey.
I went online and ordered it from NFLshop.com.
The best place to get authentic NFL gear, NFLshop.com.
TV's #1 new comedy is now a half hour earlier.
Hey, what do we got here?
We got special guest star Ray Romano.
We got a big one here, huh? We know where to go when we can't get our suitcase closed now.
A new Kevin Can Wait Monday at 8, 7 Central.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Tomorrow, TV's #1 new comedy now starts a half hour earlier. Don't miss special guest Ray Romano when he visits Kevin Can Wait tomorrow at 8, 7 Central. Only CBS. Carpenter will tee it up. Grant is back deep to receive. Kenyon Drake is back there as well for the Dolphins. It's a 3-3 game with 49 seconds to play here in the first quarter, and Grant will have some room to get things started, and then he's able to cut across the 25 and take it down at the 27-yard line. All right, as we wind down the first quarter, let's take a look at Arch's angles. What are you looking for today, Adam?
Dolphins defense, 31st in the league rushing, and you can't allow runs of over 10 yards to the Buffalo offense. They must get pressure on Ryan Tannehill. 0 sacks last week. Not a lot of pressure in this game, but they've been able to get after him in the past. And you have to be able to contain Tyrod Taylor, both in the running game and also in the passing game. 68 yards on the ground last week against the San Francisco 49ers, but always a threat to throw it behind your head.
And he has checked off one objective today against the Dolphins defense. He's rolled out 3 times to pass so far in this first quarter. Here's Tannehill to throw on first down, throwing long, passes to Jarvis Landry, and knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line by Zach Brown. Flags come in after the play. And Landry may have been doing some extra celebrating after he made that reception, his first of the afternoon. $26-yard gain right now for Adam Gase, but here is Brad Allen.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 14, offense. Taunting after the play. This unsportsmanlike conduct counts toward his disqualification. This is his first.
All right, so that's the taunting by getting up and spinning the football on the Bills sideline. They're just not going to allow you to do any of that kind of stuff.
Man, I don't know. You know, there's taunting. And then there's taunting. You know, he went out of bounds right there on the sideline, and he spun the football. Where else is he supposed to celebrate?
What? On first down from the 38-yard line. Here's Tannehill. Tannehill looking long to the far side, and he could not get Devontae Parker. He was turned around. Stephon Gilmore was in on the coverage. Well, this is what is in Jarvis Landry's locker. He does not want to be the 97th rated player, which is what he was when he came out of college. He wants to be #1. So he reminds himself every day by peeking at that I got a lot to work on. And you know what? I think he's checking off some numbers because he's pretty darn good.
Without a doubt. You can make an argument that he's the best slot receiver in the NFL. I mean, he is a tough guy to cover, and they move him around and put him in a lot of different places in their offense.
Yeah, he was listed as number 98. There were 97 players ahead of him. That was Arian Foster who had the carry. It'll be 3rd down and long as we wind down the first quarter. here in South Florida. So a 3-3 game. There's been some action, but only 2 field goals to show for it. On a gorgeous afternoon for football, it's Alumni Weekend here in Miami. A little old school AFC East battle.
Hi, how can I help?
I go work in the morning, don't get off till the night. I can't find no time to clear my mind.
When Chili started, love was free. Our food was pretty darn close too. We're keeping that spirit alive with fajitas, a salad, and a mini molten cake for just $10. Chili's, chillin' since '75.
Monday, say hello to the 2 broke godmother's little friend.
I will baptize like so.
So basically, we're just waterboarding a baby.
Then, if you're thinking of missing a new odd couple,
why are you thinking that? That's not a thought to have.
just don't.
I like the sound of that.
A new odd couple after a new 2 broke girls. CBS Monday.
Little quick synopsis from the first quarter. Look at time of possession. That's because that opening drive was 7 minutes and 32 seconds for the Dolphins. It resulted in a field goal. Dolphins 49 yards on the ground from Jay Ajayi, who's 7 for 49. He's out right now on 3rd down and 10 for the Dolphins. Arian Foster is in. And Marquise Gray, the tight end, is in the backfield as well for Tannehill. Low snap handled. Here comes the pressure. Tannehill rolling, and he's in trouble. He wobbles it, and it's incomplete. Shaq Lawson and Preston Brown were both in on the pursuits.
Oh, miscommunication on the left side. Preston Brown, this is a max protection look. Both backs in the backfield looking for blitz. One of the first 3rd down pressures, and they completely let Brown go. Arian Foster releases to the flat, doesn't even check the blitz, and you can't have a free hitter on Ryan Tannehill on 3rd and long.
Brandon Tate back deep to receive. First punt for Dar was 45 yards, but it was a 30-yard return for Tate that set up the field goal for the Bills. This is a good high punt. Tate will call for the fair catch, and he's bumped into, and there's the flag. Jordan Lucas is probably going to contend that he was blocked into Brandon Tate, but there was contact. Ronald Darby was the guy who was doing the blocking.
Ronald Darby basically threw him off, and then he ran into the returner. I don't think he's going to have a great case for this.
There's also a second flag that's inside the 30-yard line. And that may be holding against the Dolphins. Maybe Kenyon Drake, who's called for the hold on that one. Here's Brad Allen.
There is no foul for kick catch interference as the player was blocked into the play. However, there was holding. Kicking team number 32, 10-yard penalty, 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down again, so Tate will get an opportunity to return a kick. So it'll be 4th down and 20. Take a look at the hold to the right.
You see number 32, the wing, the right wing of the Dolphins. That's Kenyon Drake, the Rookie running back, getting some special teams work out there.
Probably didn't have a whole lot of special teams work his last couple of years at Alabama.
Starting running back, or Alabama running backs don't play special teams.
Well, Tate will stand back at his 25, and Dar will punt inside the 15. It'll bounce inside the 40 and then is smothered at the 40-yard line. McCray comes in to block the punt. Lorente McCray, the fourth-year pro out of Florida, an excellent field position again thanks to special teams for the Bills.
Beautiful up and under move on the wing. I think that's Damian Williams. He beats Williams across his face to the inside, and his hands and his eyes at the ball. What a big, big special teams play. Man, that was a costly holding call on Kenyon Drake.
So the second straight drive begins in Miami territory. The handoff goes to LaShawn McCoy. He gets one. Let's check in with JB in New York.
Confidence booster for Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith getting his first start of this year. Throws it to Quincy Enunwa. He's going to take this ball 69 yards for the touchdown. That's the longest play of the season for this New York Jet offense. 10-7, Baltimore's up.
Back to Tom, Adam, and Chris.
All right, JB, we appreciate that. Tony, thank you very much. And by the way, I don't know if anybody saw it this past week on NCIS, but Tony Gonzalez made his second appearance on NCIS. Was excellent as the pass is complete to the outside.
Tom, I know LaShawn McCoy, there was a big question with the hamstring injury if he was going to play coming into this game. And by talking to everybody on the Bills, they said he was ready to go, but they're not using him as much in the run game. You're seeing a lot of passing from Taylor, and you have to start to question on how healthy and how much they want to use McCoy, even though he's out there on the field.
Yeah, they did say he would have a pitch count here today. They weren't sure how much of a pitch count. Pass is complete. A diving catch by Reggie Bush, and Bush is taken down at the 23-yard line.
Well, you can bet you're going to see more of this. Reggie Bush, a running back, lined up in the slot because they're down receivers. Robert Woods was their best third down target this season. He's not in the game. There's not a lot of production from Goodwin and Hunter, but Reggie Bush, a guy in the slot that can win his matchup and pick up a first down.
It's first down from the 23-yard line. Two receivers to the right. Offset I formation. Felton is the fullback, and here is McCoy down to the 20, a gain of 3.
Well, that's the second good play in this drive. Kiko Alonso, they run a lead up inside, and he just sees it and flies up there, takes on the lead blocker, and then Issa Abdul-Quddus, the strong safety, playing strong for Rashad Jones, comes up, makes a good play.
Well, Kiko Alonso slow to get up. We'll take a break and be back.
Viagra single packs. So guys with ED can take Viagra when they need it.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra single packs.
Nobody comes into this house without paying the price.
Not here! Not ever!
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Nobody comes into this house without paying the price. Not here, not ever.
Well, did you get it?
More people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm. Here to help life go right. State Farm.
You're here to buy a used car, truck, SUV. That's smart. TrueCar can help. It's great for finding a new car, but you already knew that. It's also great for finding the perfect used car. You'll see what a fair price is, and you can connect with a TrueCar certified dealer. So no matter what you're looking for, there it is. This is how buying a used car should be. This is TrueCar.
know that you're all here looking for answers. My team and I are going to work round the clock to determine what caused the crash.
It's a Halloween mystery.
Who killed them?
That will chill you to the bone.
This is scary.
Well, last week we talked about how the Bills dominated the San Francisco 49ers on the ground, in particular in the first half, 164 yards, only 13 rushing yards today, 12 for LaShawn McCoy, who has touched the ball 5 times. It'll be second down. Taylor, pocket collapses. He throws it toward the end zone for Reggie Bush. Incomplete. Well, Kiko Alonso got his bell rung on that play you were just talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, Richie Incognito pulling around, and then Kiko Alonso just fires his gun. That is a major load for a small inside linebacker. Well, you see Incognito in person. He is a large human being who's playing some great football.
Well, Alonso was out for a play. He's back in. There is Incognito, 6'3", 319. It is third down and 7. The Bills 1 for 3 on third down so far. Taylor looks left, passes complete left. He's got Hunter, the former Dolphin. And out of bounds close to the 10. Tony Lippett. Speaking of former Dolphins, Rex Ryan, not surprisingly, had all the former Bills and John Miller, who's from this area, represent captains today. So 5 of the 6 were former Dolphins who were out as captains today for the Bills. That's not surprising, right?
Not a lot of controversy, you know.
No. Adam Gase said that he heard they did it last year as well.
Watch speed option right.
First and goal, Tyrod Taylor keeps it himself into the end zone. He fumbles, but he crossed the plane. Touchdown, Buffalo. He fakes the handoff to Reggie Bush and then works his way into the end zone.
Yeah, you can see this coming the entire way. Formation to the left, and you knew that it was going to be some sort of a quarterback run. Charles Clay, the tight end on that side, leads up on the strong safety, Abdul Kudus. And that's one of the reasons why they've been so good in the red zone this season, because of the threat that Taylor brings to this offense.
Well, that is the 12th touchdown in 16 red zone possessions this year. And you saw the replay. He crossed the plane of the goal before Kudus knocked the ball loose. Carpenter with the point after. His kick is on its way, and it is good. 10-3 Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor, well, he certainly has some wheels, and he is not afraid. Split the defenders into the end zone.
I'm Jamie Foxx for Verizon, America's best network.
And I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint, here to tell you about our new unlimited plan.
You know what that giant asterisk says otherwise, bro?
Yep, unlimited HD videos and high-quality music streaming.
Keep going.
If you pay a little extra.
And if you do what?
A lot extra.
There you go. I think this went well.
Only Verizon gives you the best value. Get the quality network you want and all the data you need without all the surprise overages and restrictions. Switch now and get 20 gigs and 4 lines for $160. All on America's best network.
Only those who dare drive the world forward. The Cadillac CT6.
You know, in any job, any profession, image matters. I want some gray, but not too much.
Only Touch of Gray uses oxygen to gently blend away some gray, but not all, for that perfect salt and pepper look. Satisfaction guaranteed. Just you and the look you want. Just for men, Touch of Gray.
Faster. Faster. On that old PC, you know. I know. New PCs are lightning fast.
And yet here is the world's fastest swimmer on the world's slowest computer.
You know about it. Now do something about it. Upgrade to a new PC.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Touch of Gray for that perfect salt and pepper look. Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network. And by Intel. Upgrade to a new PC with powerful performance.
Dolphins have a rich on-field history with their players as well as their cheerleaders. The team pays tribute at the stadium to some of the cheerleading squads of years past. And today, from a football standpoint, as you see the scoring summary, 7 plays, 40 yards, 10th rushing touchdown this season for the Bills, 7th career rushing touchdown for Tyrod Taylor. But the Dolphins are wearing uniforms from the 1966 season, and they are sharp. Here is Grant, a yard deep. He'll bring it out. He's got some confidence, and Lorenzo Alexander wraps him up and takes him down at the 21-yard line. Well, this past week, Erie County Medical Center has attended to Bills legend Jim Kelly during his battle with cancer. And Kelly and several of the hospital's caregivers helped unveil the Kelly Tough Room this past week. This is the same room where Kelly received care and is now meant to inspire those who spend time at the hospital. Boy, that's a great moment, and he has done so much good. You ever watch the documentary on Jim Kelly, the various documentaries? He talks about how...
Kicking team number 30. That 5-yard penalty. That 5-yard penalty will be administered from the previous spot. We will re-kick.
So we will re-kick after the 5-yard penalty. Anyway, Jim Kelly talks about how he kind of went kicking and screaming to Buffalo, but now it's his home, and he and his family have done so much goodwill and have meant so much to the city of Buffalo. And Tyrod Taylor is the current quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. I asked Rex, I said, how good is he? He goes, he's very good. If you want to force him out of the pocket and make him run, he'll run. If you want to keep him in the pocket, which a lot of teams want to, he goes, he's going to pick you apart.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine with letting him do what he wants to do. Remember, he runs a 4.4 40-yard dash. And so you know how dangerous he can be in the open field. You just got to look at who's around him. You know, Sammy Watkins, he and Watkins had a special downfield connection last season. He's not there. And now with Robert Woods down, you know, there's not a lot of experienced, productive receivers on that side of the football. I think he's doing the best job that he can.
Sammy Watkins is eligible to come back to the Buffalo Bills on the 27th of November with that foot injury. Whether he does or not, that remains to be seen. So after the penalty, they'll kick from the 30-yard line. Grant will get some better field position to start from the 10 this time. And he gets across the 25 before he's wrapped up at the 27. 17-yard return. Thursday on CBS, The Big Bang Theory moves to its new night, leading a parade of premieres. Starting with the new comedy, The Great Indoors, followed by Mom and Life in Pieces. It's comedy's big night, Thursday on CBS.
Tom, Lorenzo Alexander is a beast. Lead the team in sacks. And then a rundown on kickoff coverage. You saw the tackle, the open field tackle, the play before. This time, he went down there and just blew it up at the point of attack. Boy, is he fun to watch.
Well, we talked about him in the open and what kind of a year he's having. Defensively, 8 sacks. That's tops in the NFL, but also still on special teams. Here's Ajayi, who slips away from Kyle Williams for a first down out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Robert Blanton got a hand on him as he went out of bounds. All right, so that's 8 carries, 59 yards now for Ajayi today.
Well, it started the first drive. He had some big runs, and then Buffalo's run defense really started to clog things up inside. But you see the tackle breaking ability that he brings to the offense. They just have to find a way to get him more space.
First drive, 15 plays, a field goal. And he was a big part of it. He has 8 carries, as we mentioned, 59 yards. They officially gave him 11, and this time he'll speed up across the 45. Brandon Spikes takes him down. Ajayi, who you saw in college at Boise State, Adam, and he had 2 200-yard games during his career at Boise State. Last week was his first in the National Football League.
Yeah, he's a big back, and he's a one-cut back who wants to decide early in the down what he wants to do, make his choice, and he has a good size speed combination to get some dirty inside work. He's had a great season.
69 yards on the ground for the Dolphins. That's Gray in motion, the tight ends. This is Arian Foster on second down and short, and Foster lowers his shoulder and has the first down to the 49. Duzable will make the tackle for the Bills.
We haven't seen much of Arian Foster because of the injury that he sustained early on in the season. And I think now with the emergence of Jay Ajayi, if they can get Foster up to speed and healthy and play him about 10 or 12 snaps a game and use him on third downs and use him out of a weapon in the backfield, they can have a pretty good complementary back duo back there. And don't forget Damian Williams, one of the best third down backs in the game as well.
So this is already the 25th play of the half for the Dolphins. Off the play fake, Tannehill looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, throws on the run. Pass complete to Jarvis Landry, who makes one man miss before he dances out of bounds.
Oh, this route was nasty by Jarvis Landry. He loses Ronald Darby. He's going to cut to the post and then break to the outside and completely leaves him out of his break, and Tannehill finds him. Great outside technique for Landry to get open.
Gain of 14 yards. He has 2 catches now for 40 yards this afternoon. See Tannehill's numbers, 7 of 14. First down from the 37. Bray in motion. Hand off to Ajayi. Makes a man miss in the backfield and then burst inside the 30. Now the 25. Zach Brown makes the tackle. Boy, there is a quick first step for Ajayi that you don't see on film, but you can certainly see in person.
Right here, up inside at the point, Mike Pouncey makes the key block on Jarrell Worthy, and Ajayi playing with great vision today. You know, last week a lot of front side running. This game against the Bills, you see a lot of cutback running.
Well, that's a gain of 14. Bills have 73 yards overall. Ajayi has 85, and he'll lose a yard there. Usable makes the tackle. We talked to Brandon Albert, the left tackle, about Ajayi. We asked him, so what did he do for the offensive line after his 200-yard gain last week? He said, well, he wanted to take us out to dinner. And I told him, I said, let's hold your horses a little bit. Take us out to dinner when you rush for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, hold on, young fella. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but they're building off of what they started last week so far against the Bills.
Second down and 11. Stills in motion. Bills with the lead. Here's Devontae Parker down to the 15. Stephon Gilmore makes the tackle.
There's another young talented player in the league, and he was slowed up in training camp in the offseason by an injury, and part of the struggles that this offense had is because he wasn't able to get up to speed, but he is a guy that is big and can run, and they like to get him the ball once they cross the 30-yard line.
So now a third down and 2. That's Kenyon Drake in the backfield. Tannehill pumps. He can run for the first down, and that's what he's going to do. He's out of bounds, pushed out of bounds by Preston Brown. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to do it. Gain of 4. It'll be first and 10 from the 11.
Well, you know he's athletic. You know, maybe doesn't run as much as Tyrod Taylor, but he has this element and this dimension that he brings to the offense. Preston Brown dropped into coverage, and so his first target wasn't open, and then he just improvises, gets outside, and makes the play.
Look at the time of possession, the number of yards for Miami. But again, the Bills lead it 10-3 thanks to special teams. And a timeout is called by the Dolphins. 6:13 to play here in the first half. 10-3 Buffalo.
This is the house of the passionate. This is the house of the brave. And this is the house of their beer. Casa Modelo, home of the clean, crisp taste of Especial and the rich, smooth flavor of Negra. Quality beers since 1925.
You don't have to pay a lot to get a lot. At Cricket Wireless, plans now start at $30 a month, monthly taxes and fees included. And we have more 4G LTE coverage than T-Mobile or Sprint. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Have you ever noticed how some people in life seem to get away with everything? We live our lives from an elevated perspective. You're late.
Time's a relative concept.
Well, I see you have mastered the laws of gravity.
We are the masters of time and space.
And we all drive Jaguars. Ha, ha, ha.
The all-new Jaguar F-Pace. For great offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Come on, Dad. You ready, Dad?
Wake up for football. Kirk Cousins and the Redskins take on A.J. Green and the Bengals, live from London.
In one of the craziest games ever!
Redskins, Bengals, next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Fox.
Dolphins are in the red zone. Last week they were in the red zone 6 times. Prior to that, they were only in the red zone 11 times. This is the part of the game where they really got to tighten it up.
It's the next step because you've seen them be able to drive down the field, but they have to find a way to get 7 points instead of 3 points. Last week, a couple drops cost them some touchdowns. They got to punch it in here.
Handoff goes to Ajayi running left, and flags come in. He's inside the 5, down to the 4. Preston Brown made the tackle.
Well, they're going to get a crack back block. I think it was Jarvis Landry just came in. That was a devastating.
There are 2 fouls on the offense on the play. Holding, offense. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 14, offense. That penalty is 15 yards. Remains first down.
Oh. And you remember last year, Aaron Williams had neck surgery. They weren't sure if he'd be able to play again. He worked his way back.
Boy, you just hope that.
Bills defense not happy with Jarvis Landry with Williams down on the ground.
You love all-day breakfast.
I love all-day breakfast.
But you don't love that you can't get all your favorites all day.
But I want McGriddles, too.
But now you'll love that you can get more all day, like those McGriddles.
Yeah, I do love that.
So you'll have to find something else to not love, like dog strollers. Or football players who stress the word "the."
The Glencoe Brooks State Community College.
Or inappropriately timed political discussions.
It's as if it didn't even matter.
Get more choices you love, now with all-day breakfast.
Electrical charges live at the heart of every hybrid. Only a few truly move us. Electrifying the road forward for over a decade. With over 1 million on the road, Lexus hybrids are always charged and always ready.
Thieves found a way to sneak into the museum. They're stealing gems. The only way to stop those guys from stealing is if we steal it first.
That's insane. You're insane.
We're gonna go medieval on that. Oh, that sounds violent.
New Scorpion at its new time, Monday, 10/9 Central. It's time to celebrate because Big Bang's moving to its new night.
Been 15 minutes, just saying.
Just give me a moment. A new Big Bang Theory on its new night, CBS this Thursday.
Number 14 is declined.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Auto Trader. Find your perfect new, used, or certified car on Auto Trader.
Well, Aaron Williams is up on his feet. Jarvis Landry, number 14, wants to go over to say something to him because it was a nasty hit. Williams, who sustained that neck injury last year, was 50-50 whether he would ever play again. Takes a tough looking, and there's Landry coming over and saying something to him. Landry And the Bills defense was not happy with Jarvis Landry, but Landry was visibly upset on the sidelines.
Yeah, you want to play physical, but you don't want to see this happen to anybody. And you're allowed to come back and crack back inside. You just can't go and lead with your helmet. He has to lower that target, but you can see, he leads with his shoulder. But, that's devastating, and you just hope, you hope and pray for Aaron Williams, who had that neck injury, that, it's more of just the shock of what happened and not anything serious.
Well, we will not assume anything. We'll try to get you an update as soon as possible. Chris Fisher, who's our sideline reporter, is on the case, so we'll try to get you an update as soon as possible and hope for the best for Aaron Williams.
That's just, you never want to see that.
Well, it'll be first down and 20 from the 21-yard line for the Dolphins. Landry is in motion. Off the play fake, Tannehill in the pocket, has time, throws right, pass complete to Stills. Ronald Darby makes the tackle after a gain of 5.
How about Tannehill's footwork in the pocket? They're trying to get Landry open to his left, and it was well covered by the Bills, but just showing a good pocket presence and scanning the length, scanning all the way back to the right side of the field and finding Kenny Stills for the catch.
Well, he has 3 receivers now to the near side, including Marquise Gray, the tight ends, who's in the middle of Arian Foster and Kenny Stills. Tannehill's in trouble, breaking away from Jerry Hughes and then stopped by Lorenzo Alexander. Douzable was there as well. It'll be a gain of maybe 1.5. We'll see how they spot it, but it's going to be third down.
Bills love to run games with their outside rushers. Hughes running what they call a TE stunt with Kyle Williams. Williams comes up and draws the double team. Hughes wraps inside and gets to Tannehill. Well done.
Rex Ryan, who is a defensive-minded coach, has Dennis Thurman as his defensive coordinator. Dennis calls all the plays. Third down. Tannehill, middle of the field. Jarvis Landry is spun down by Zach Brown. Excellent coverage by the middle linebacker. Or the will linebacker, I should say. It'll be fourth down, and the Dolphins will be forced a field goal again.
Well, it's been the difference. Buffalo standing tough inside. Now, they were helped by the penalty, of course, because Miami was driving, and they had some good momentum. But good coverage underneath. Come up, make the sure tackle, force the field goal attempt.
We talked about how good the Bills defense has been in the red zone this year. The opposition is just 6 of 20 in the red zone for touchdowns, and Franks converts the field goal. It's a 4-point game. Buffalo on top with 3:47 to play.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack knocked over a candlestick onto the shag carpeting, and his pants ignited into flames, causing him to stop, drop, and roll. Luckily, Jack recently had Geico help him with renter's insurance, because all his belongings went up in flames. Jack got full replacement and now has new pants he ordered from Banana Republic. Visit geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Rated M for mature.
When I was a kid, I wanted to touch the skies.
I wanted to invent things.
I wanted to protect others.
I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to make a difference.
I knew that one day I would be the difference.
I am a special missions aviator.
Clinical nurse.
Pararescueman.
I'm Captain Chris Niels, and we are American Airmen.
See more at airforce.com.
Welcome back into Hard Rock Stadium, where we saw Aaron Williams, the safety of the Buffalo Bills,
frustrated, walking back through the tunnel, needing assistance to walk back into the locker room. He threw his tunnel. Currently, he's in the locker room being further evaluated. Tom?
Well, this is the hit we were talking about. I mean, Adam, you played, defense for a lot of years, and, a lot of times you're not always looking to see somebody coming over to block you.
Yeah, it's tough on both sides because, obviously it was not a good play by Landry. But then you also have to say, he doesn't know if Williams sees him or not. His only choice in that to avoid that kind of a result is to make sure he drops his target and hit him more in the numbers instead of going up high. But a tough play for both players, and you hope Williams is okay.
Brandon Tate to return from the 2. And he has stood up just outside the 15-yard line. Tomorrow on CBS, Matt LeBlanc returns to television to the new comedy Man with a Plan. Don't miss the premiere tomorrow after Kevin Can Wait right here on CBS. So Rex Ryan's team is up by 4. It's 10-6 with 3:41 to play here in the first half. We met with Rex last night as his team arrived from Buffalo. Their flight was delayed about 4 hours. See, the first 3 possessions resulted in a field goal and a touchdown, but they had excellent field position because of special teams. But their flight was delayed for about 4 hours, and they had to get off the plane up in Buffalo. They went through all of their work up there before heading down to Miami. Jordan Phillips may have moved for the Dolphins, and that's why the flag came in. There's Phillips. There was the initial flag that was thrown. Then there was a flag that was thrown late. So we'll see if there are 2 different penalties.
Neutral zone infraction on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yeah, so it will be Jordan Phillips who's called for the neutral zone infraction. Second flag came in after they were discussing it. That'll move the football up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Bills, who again have won 4 straight games. Trying to win 5 straight for the first time since 2004. Handoff goes to McCoy. And McCoy is hit at the line of scrimmage, gets 1 up to the 24. Donald Butler makes the tackle. Actually, that was Mike Gillislee who had his first run of the day for the Bills.
Now you can see that McCoy, he can't be 100%. Because they don't have a lot of rushing attempts in this game. This is not the identity and the personality that we've seen from the Bills during their 4-game winning streak.
Well, Anthony Lynn did tell us last night that they were going to be careful because it is a long year. As Taylor throws to Clay, who has it at the 41-yard line. Tyrod Taylor was under pressure and threw with his feet moving for 18 yards.
If he calmly stays inside the pocket, he's going to sense the pressure coming from his left side, and then he kind of sidesteps, gets around incognito, and sees Clay coming up open over the middle. Clay beating Abdul Quddus. And Clay, who has to be a big part of the offense, moves the ball down the field.
16 receptions the last 4 games for Charles Clay. Taylor, quick toss, has Clay again, middle of the field. And he's down to the 46-yard line. Kiko Alonso and Neville Hewitt make the tackle. What did Anthony Lynn tell us after the first couple games? We asked him about getting Charles Clay involved. He said, well, wouldn't you?
He was a little inconsistent last year. But I tell you, the last 3 games, he has been their most consistent passing threat. He's had a terrific 3-game stretch, and they should continue to use him.
Well, we have reached the 2-minute warning here in South Florida with the Bills on top 10-6 over the Dolphins.
Hi, gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Spread sunshine all over the place and put on a happy face.
Studies show the average attention span is 8 seconds.
And only your love could fill in my cup, 'cause I'm hollow. Yeah, I'm hollow. Oh, oh, 'cause I'm hollow.
Good thing the redesigned Kia Forte comes with available autonomous emergency braking. It can help you stop, even if your mind starts wandering.
Congratulations, fellow human beings. We made it. We created a network that became the internet, and then, boom! We've got brain-to-brain communication, self-driving trucks. We're protecting rhinos with drones! This man bought a goat with his phone. There's even an app to get clean water to people. Looks half full to me.
When everything's securely connected, anything's possible.
Castrol Edge with titanium technology presents the clutch performance of the week. Last Sunday, the Giants trailed the Ravens by 3 with less than 2 minutes left. Facing 4th and 1 on their own 34-yard line, Giants quarterback Eli Manning threw to receiver Odell Beckham Jr., who outran Ladarius Webb and the rest of the Ravens defense to score the game-winning touchdown. Use Castrol Edge for the strength to perform under pressure.
Halloween comes early to NCIS. We're being played. And this mystery will haunt them all. New NCIS. Then, to get 12 jurors on your side, all you need is one man.
It's great to be me, isn't it?
Bull, after NCIS, new CBS Tuesday.
2 minutes left to play in the half. Buffalo with the football inside Miami territory with 3 timeouts. Tyrod Taylor, 5 of his last 6 pass completions. And he hangs the ball off, and no gain on the play. In fact, a loss of 2 for LaShawn McCoy. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. That's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Loss of 3 on the play, now from midfield. On 2nd down and 13, Taylor zips it to the outside, and pass is complete to Walter Powell, the second-year pro out of Murray State. Bobby McCain with the hit.
You can start to see Taylor now getting into a bit of a groove, passing the ball. You can see that was a high hit, but because Powell was able to become a runner, no flag.
McCain was on the back end. That was Lippett that applied the hit. It's 3rd down and 3. 1:05 to play, first half. Buffalo with 3 timeouts left. Taylor, and his pass to Goodwin is dropped. Goodwin had a step in front of Byron Maxwell.
With the ball just a little bit behind Goodwin. Maxwell again, perfect coverage. But you can see after the first 2 series, the Bills going now to a quicker passing game. 3-step, getting the ball out of Taylor's hands to try and get away from the early Miami pressure.
Well, now Jarvis Landry is back deep to receive this punt. Usually is Jakeem Grant who is back deep to receive. Landry's back there every once in a while. It's 4th down. Schmidt's second punt of the afternoon. And they're going to say get away from it as it bounces out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. In fact, they'll spot it right at the 13 with 49 seconds to play. It's a 27-yard punt. Well, this was the hot topic going, and we talked about it in the open. People have talked about it all week, the running back comparison, and you don't think McCoy's 100%, but Ajayi certainly is 100%.
Now, only 6 rushing. Now, the Bills are ahead, so they figure our defense is playing well, especially in the red zone. You know, not quite sure what to make of McCoy and his production, but Ajayi picking up where he left off. The offensive line having a really good day up front, blocking one more time.
There is LaShawn McCoy on the sidelines. The visiting teams are in the sun here at Hard Rock Stadium, although it's a very comfortable day, not like last week with the Steelers. Here's Ajayi into the open field up to the 30. So with 41 seconds to play, Miami with 2 timeouts left will use a timeout here to stop the clock at 38 seconds to play.
Boy, Brandon Albert and Laramie Tunsil on the left side are just handling that front. Mike Pouncey gets up and leads on Zach Brown, and another gaping hole for Ajayi gives them some breathing room. The left side here is just unbelievable. Key block being Pouncey on Zach Brown, and Good vision again for Ajayi to get in the secondary.
Well, he is now over 100 yards. Actually, he's right at 100. They've just officially taken a yard or two away from him, so he is at 99. It'll be first down for the 30-yard line. 41 seconds to play. Miami with one timeout left. Tannehill being flushed out. Shaq Lawson has him from behind and takes him down after a gain of 1. And with 29 seconds and counting to play, Miami not using a timeout. Franks' long field goal attempt is 53. You surprised they're just letting time run off, or are they just content down by 4?
It's tough. I think the first play gave them hope that maybe they can make something happen. Maybe hit a run, another big pass to get some movement down the field. But I think after pressure, they're just going to take it in after halftime, or take it into halftime.
Well, the clock winds down. Boos rain down here at Hard Rock Stadium. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, join JB, Tony, Bart Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. That's all coming up in just a few moments on the Verizon Halftime Reports. So the Bills have the lead 10-6. Let's check in with Chris Fisher. Chris?
Thanks, Tom. Rex, LaShawn McCoy, 6 carries, 10 yards. Is he running at 100% right now?
Yeah, I think so. We just got to stay the course. We'll be fine.
Best of luck in the second half, Coach. All right.
Excellent red zone defense for the Bills. That's part of the reason why they have the lead. We'll be back with the Verizon Halftime Report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Tonight.
We have a missing woman out there.
If you see your wife alive again, it will all be because we found her.
New Elementary, CBS Tonight.
Millions of fans have discovered the doctors of Code Black. Now, get ready. Check this out. For a whole new way.
Oh my God.
To operate. Welcome to the revolution.
You are able to do more than any other hospital.
I want to be part of this. You ready? Pure Genius premieres CBS Thursday.
Catch the season premiere of Mom. CBS Thursday, 9/8 Central.
Our mountains challenge us. Push us back. Knock us down. Tell us it can't be done. But then, one day you reach the summit, and you realize the harder the climb, the better the reward. Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on.
Today, we're talking about automotive awards. Which one of these awards appeals most to you?
Top safety pick, mid-size car and SUV.
Most dependable means a lot to me.
The green car, because I like fuel efficiency.
What if there was a car company that received all of these awards?
One company, one award in all these? Chevy.
Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of the last 2 years.
I love it. It's fierce.
How would you sum this car up in one word?
Incredible, amazing. I can't use one word.
I'm here in Bristol, Virginia, and now I'm in Bristol, Tennessee. On this side of the road is Virginia, and on this side, it's Tennessee. No matter which state in the country you live in, you could save hundreds on car insurance by switching to Geico. Look, I'm in Virginia. I'm in Tennessee. Virginia, Tennessee. And now I'm in, Virginia Sea.
See how much you could save on car insurance.
Or am I in Tennessee?
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to our New York studio and the Verizon Halftime Report. Get NFL Mobile to watch live, local, and primetime games, highlights, NFL Red Zone, and more, all without using any data, only on Verizon. I'm James Brown, along with the full house here in Studio 43. Right to the highlights we go.
Bills at Dolphins. On 1st and 10, Tyrod Taylor, who leads all quarterbacks in rushing, tells the Dolphins silly rabbit tricks are for kids as he takes it in 10 yards. Bills 10-6 at the half.
Hope a lot of people can remember that reference.
All right, how about the Ravens at the Jets? Geno Smith going to get a restart in his career. Can he hang in there? He won 4 of 8, 95 yards and a touchdown, but he got sacked right here by Matthew Judon right there of the Ravens. They're going to take a look at his knee. Doesn't look like he's going to come back. They took him into the locker room. Ryan Fitzpatrick, however, went in and took over, and all he did was march his team right down the field. 4 of 4, 46 yards and a touchdown. Wow. Ravens just kicked a field goal before the half. They take the lead, 16-14. All right, Battle of Ohio. Here is this is going to be Andy Dalton right at the end of the half. 7 seconds left to go. This is going to be caught by A.J.
Wow. Knock it down.
Leading 21-10. Cody Kessler out for the game, concussion. Kevin Hogan in at quarterback for the Browns.
All righty, you see, here's the Colts at Tennessee. You see Colts Andrew Luck throw up and over the top to T.Y. Hilton for 37 yards. Right. Andrew Luck having himself a day, 13 of 19, 210 yards. Colts are up.
But that was Andrew dancing.
Yeah, here's Latavius Murray. He's going to go in from 2 yards out to extend the lead to 13-6, but the Raiders are getting ready to score. They just scored at the end of the first half. They will now go up 19-6, extra point pending.
All right. Kansas City Chiefs against the New Orleans Saints. Alex Smith up over the top here to Tyreek Hill for 38 yards. Nice.
He throws it deep.
Nice throw. 10 of 15, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks for Alex Smith.
And the only touchdown of the first half of this scintillating game is right here. Josh Huff. No one coming close. Kicker will make the... No, he doesn't make the play. And right now, Josh Huff takes it in from 98 yards out. They actually went from 2, converted, and they lead 8-3.
Baseball score.
In a game that only coach can appreciate. A battle of the kickers going on right now. This is the third quarter. Washington, Detroit, all knotted up.
Coach will appreciate this one. This took place in London earlier today. Giants versus the Rams. Case Keenum, 4 interceptions. You know, every offensive player in this game should give back their
check.
That's not his fault. And they should actually pay Landon Collins double for this run. And maybe make him an offensive player as well, as he's going to take it all the way back for a touchdown. Giants go on to win 17-10. Case Keenum, 4 interceptions. And Jeff Fisher basically said that Case Keenum will definitely start again.
Coach. Yes. You know, the Cincinnati game, I'll tell you, A.J. Green, you know, you talk about throwing the football up like they did. Big play right there. He comes down with it. And I think for Andy Dalton, he's had a very, very good first half.
Cleveland plays hard, man. Just bad luck, bad things.
6 guys will be taking snaps for Cleveland as a quarterback this year.
Verizon Halftime continues.
Tough stuff.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. Watch live, local, and primetime games on NFL Mobile without using any data. Only on Verizon.
With duty, honor, and country, the United States Army was created on a Thursday. So just imagine what this Thursday will bring, only on NFL Network.
1, 2, 3.
When Blake Bortles and the Jaguars face AFC South rivals Marcus Mariota and the Titans in a Thursday night showdown. It's Jaguars, it's Titans, it's only on NFL Network. Anything can happen on Thursday. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Carlene.
Hi, D'Angelo. You ready to take care of my restaurant?
You can tell I don't cook, man. I'm a microwave guy. You guys doing okay?
Yeah, everything's great.
This potato not shaped right, man.
All right.
Apologize for that.
It's okay, I'm almost finished now.
Wow, Carlene does this? Yes. Like all the time?
D'Angelo, how did it go?
Oh, it went great. You went back so soon. It is tough owning a restaurant. I can tell you that right now. Whew. But I had fun, though.
Get the Verizon Halftime Report live online every Sunday. Brought to you by Verizon. Visit cbssports.com/Verizon.
Hey, well, that's exactly what it came for. You throwing shots from afar, I'ma meet you at your front door. If I get too high now, sugar, come on, I'ma never come down, I'ma never come. You not ever come down. No, wanna get down.
It's a Halloween mystery.
Who killed them?
That will chill you to the bone.
This is scary.
New Criminal Minds. Then, it's a spine-tingling Code Black.
Happy Halloween.
Code Black after Criminal Minds, new CBS Wednesday.
Watch every live, local, and primetime game on your phone with NFL Mobile. It's the best. And I'm the best. Exclusively on Verizon.
Week 8 in the league begins with the Jaguars at the Titans on Thursday Night Football, only on NFL Network, as we come to Coach Cal.
You know, when the schedule came out, JB, I said, well, the matchup we have again, but both these teams, if they win today And the Houston Texans have to go and play Denver, and they lose that game, they will be 4-3. Both the Jacksonville and Tennessee, with 3 losses, have a chance to be tied for first place. It's all about the quarterbacks. Marcus Mariota for the Tennessee Titans, and for the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's about Blake Bortles. This should be a great matchup between 2 solid teams, again, that now are starting to get a sense for winning.
So the coach really doesn't have to do too much to convince either team because the incentive is still there.
Oh, the incentive is there, and the chance to be in first place is right there. And you know what? For both these teams, this will be foreign territory for them. But you know what? We have a game with substance, JB. For Jacksonville and Tennessee on a Thursday night, a lot to be said for that.
Coach is still fired up as well. He should be. The Verizon Halftime Report continues.
Don't miss the season premiere of Life in Pieces, CBS Thursday.
Once you get in the Army, you hear the term Ranger, and you look at it as the highest standards. I was extremely proud to be part of the 1st Ranger Battalion. When I was deployed, I knew that USAA was taking care of my wife when she was back home. And now I know with my son, the USAA will continue to provide the insurance and protection we need.
They always say, you've served your country, so we're here to serve you.
My name is Alejandro Villanueva, and I'm a USAA member for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
At Lexus, what we learn on the track doesn't stay on the track. It just finds more street-legal form. Experience the power and precision of the Lexus F-Sport Performance line. Get up to $5,000 customer cash on select 2016 models. See your Lexus dealer.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know the Wi-Fi password?
No good son-in-law. All one word.
Funny.
Not really.
Save $10 per night. Just stay 2 nights or more. Book today at daysinn.com.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Once you get in the Army, you hear the term Ranger, and you look at it as the highest standards. I was extremely proud to be part of the 1st Ranger Battalion. When I was deployed, I knew that USAA was taking care of my wife when she was back home. And now I know with my son, the USAA will continue to provide the insurance and protection we need.
They always say, you've served your country, so we're here to serve you.
My name is Alejandro Villanueva, and I'm a USAA member for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
Well, we mentioned on Friday we found out from Adam Gase that he's very honest, and he was honest with Ryan Tannehill with his assessment of the end of the first half. I don't think he was happy that he took the sack and the time wound off the clock because they did have a little momentum, but they trail it by 4, 10-6. One of the main reasons why they trail it by 4, well, let's take a look at who you are loving, presented by McDonald's. This is Tyrod Taylor. After faking the handoff to Reggie Bush, he went into the end zone, the only touchdown of this first half. He has been what we talked about in the open today. He's been efficient for this Bills offense.
He's been efficient, and they really haven't done anything dazzling on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, the big story is the production of the running game and only 6 attempts for LaShawn McCoy, under 10 yards in the first half. So don't think that he's extremely healthy. Miami Dolphins doing a great job on their side of the ball, but that is the story of the game for the Bills.
Well, speaking of running stats, how about Jay Ajayi and what he has done with the Miami Dolphins in their rushing yards? The Miami Dolphins have 108 yards on the ground. He has 99 of those yards on 12 carries. He has been outstanding so far for the Dolphins. Time of possession belongs to Miami. That's partly because they had a long drive to begin today's ball game. So Ajayi is just trying to keep his legs loose, which we see from time to time in the National Football League and also in the college game. You sit for those 15 minutes or so at halftime, kind of tighten up a little bit. So the Bills will receive to begin the second half. On top 10-6. And Franks will kick it off, and we begin the second half from South Florida. That's Reggie Bush, who's going to return it from the goal line. Reggie Bush up to the 20-yard line. He stops. Let's check in with Chris Fisher. What did Adam Gase have to say, Chris?
Thanks, Tom. He's obviously frustrated what the offense is doing right now. He says they've been able to sustain drives, but in the red zone, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. Defensively, he likes what they've been able to do, but their best unit so far this season, special teams, has also been a letdown. He says they need to pick it up.
Well, that is true because the two scoring drives for the Bills set up because of the special teams. The punt return by Brandon Tate and the blocked punt. So 4-point lead for Buffalo with the football to begin the second half, try to win their 5th consecutive game. Here is LaShawn McCoy breaking a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And Kiko Alonso takes him down after a gain of 4. Well, special teams, we said, was a big deal for the Bills in the first half.
And they took advantage of great field position. Here's an excellent return from Brandon Tate. And then the next punt attempt, a block by Lorente McCray, and that set up Tyrod Taylor on the speed option right for the Buffalo Bills' first touchdown of the game. So taking advantage of great field position because of their special teams play.
And by the way, LaShawn McCoy, 4-yard gain on that first down. It's his longest run of the day. He'll remain in the ball game on 2nd down and 6 from the 25. And a timeout called. The personnel didn't seem right. In fact, it looked like they wanted Nico Leary, their tight ends,
Buffalo,
to go to the right side of that setup. Nico Leary, who has caught 5 passes this year for 77 yards, the former Mackey Award winner from Florida State.
He had some big grabs last week. He's always been a good blocker, but he's more athletic than I think people give him credit for. And I think that's somebody that as the season goes on, they want to get more involved in the offense.
His grandfather, Jack Nicklaus, is here with the rest of his family members. There's Jack, the Golden Bear. There's about 13 or 14 of O'Leary's family members here today. Tyrod Taylor breaks away as the strings of his jersey are left in the fingertips of Andre Branch. And he gets up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a yard shy of a first down. They just don't make jerseys the way they used to, Adam.
I think that's Sue who fights off the double team. Nope, that isn't Sue. It's it's like running with a harness. He's doing speed drills. Andre Branch coming off of the left side of that. But a nice rally for the Dolphins.
Well, it may have been the t-shirt underneath the jersey. The handoff goes to the up man, Jerome Felton, the fullback. And he's going to be close. I don't know if he got this. It depends on the spot. That's his first carry of the day. He's saying he got the first down. It's going to be 4th down. Nice job by the Dolphins defense.
Wow. That's a big stop in a great way to start out the third quarter for the Dolphins, who have, they've had their problems this year in run defense. And they think they turned a corner last week. But so far against the top rushing attack in football have just stopped them.
Yeah, last week Le'Veon Bell wound up finishing with just 53 yards. Grant back deep to receive, has it at the 23, open field to the near side. And he is ripped down to the field at the 32-yard line. So first chance for the Dolphins when we get back.
General, there's been a breach. We need your password so we can lock down the system.
My password?
Yes, sir, we need your password.
The password that I use?
Yes, sir, your password.
There's been another breach.
Sir.
Right, okay. IHATEMYJOB1.
I hate my job. 1.
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
You don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way. Don't tell me what to do. Just let me be myself. That's all I ask of you.
The new 2017 Corolla with Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
Alexa, pause.
Alexa, resume.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alexa, ask Domino's for my easy order.
Okay.
Alexa, open baby names.
Okay.
It's a big week on CBS Late Night. Monday, Colbert's got the one and only Tom Hanks. Then Tuesday, James Corden's got Carpool Karaoke with Lady Gaga. All new this week, only CBS.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Dolphins with their best starting field position of the day, down by 4. First opportunity of the second half. Tannehill looking at Ajayi in the backfield. Ajayi with 99 yards on the ground. Bill showing blitz. The handoff to Ajayi, and he's got over 100 yards, lowering his shoulder up to the 39. Robert Blanton makes the tackle. Week 7 continues later today on CBS, and for some of you on Fox. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. And tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Brock Osweiler, who started 7 games last year with the Denver Broncos, trying to pick up where he left off last week for the Texans. 25 of 39, 269 yards. Second down and less than 2. Ajayi steps inside, and with his back to the defense, goes down to the 42, or up to the 42. Jerry Hughes makes the tackle. All right, so he is only the second rusher this year to gain 100 yards against the Bulls defense. Matt Forte gained exactly 100 in the first week of the season.
You can see that he is running with a lot of confidence in this game. He's carried over last week's performance, feeling the blockers up front, who are doing a tremendous job against a very stout Buffalo defensive front. But he is continuing the momentum that he built last week.
Well, maybe he will take the offensive line to dinner before the end of next week. The way things are going, he'll take the handoff again, running left, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage, but still gets up to the 44. There is a flag in the vicinity of Mike Pouncey. Jerry Hughes made the tackle.
They might get Brandon Albert with a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. First down.
You know, the funny thing is the body language of Albert when he went over to talk to the officials, he knew it, that there was a possibility.
This is his first holding call of the season, number 76. You see the left arm wrapped around that shoulder pad of Lorenzo Alexander. Buffalo, first play of the drive, are blitzing their linebackers inside. I have a feeling that Rex Ryan has had enough of seeing Jay Ajayi run through his front 7. Expect more pressure on early downs.
By the way, 8 penalties now for the Dolphins in this game. Tannehill has time, rolls and throws as he's hit, and he overthrows his tight end, Marquise Gray.
This was close to being a big play. If Tannehill saw Gray just a moment earlier and got him the ball, you're going to see Gray here.
Defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
And you see him adjust. If he can get that ball to him earlier and allow him to run down the sideline, that could have been a big play.
Well, here's the hold they just called against the Bills. That's Stephon Gilmore against Jarvis Landry. So that's an automatic first down now for the Dolphins.
That's a huge first down. Now, you know, you had the Dolphins behind schedule, and now you give them a first down.
So first and 10, ball sits at the 37-yard line. 10:54 to play here in the third quarter. Dolphins down by just 4. Landry in motion. Tannehill looking for it all. Looking for Stills. Stills can't hang on. Corey Graham broke it up at the last moment. You get the feeling that if Tannehill had let him just a tad more.
That ball hung up in the air too long. I mean, Kenny Stills, he has Corey Graham beat by at least 2 steps.
Well, Kenny Stills dropped what would have been a wide open 71-yard touchdown reception week 1 at Seattle. The Dolphins would go on to lose the game by 2. And Stills obviously felt awful after that game and obviously had to answer all the questions about it. Here's Ajayi, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Lorenzo Alexander.
Well, he just keeps and coming and coming. We talked about this earlier. He's an outside linebacker, but he loves coming up inside. They run games inside with him so much. He works across the face of Albert and then just sticks Ajayi right in the chest at the line of scrimmage.
Great tackle by Alexander. Alexander, who originally was an offensive lineman, weighed 305 pounds for the Washington Redskins. There's Tannehill, long to the near side for Landry, and it's nearly intercepted. Jonathan Meeks had it, but couldn't hang on. And the Dolphins will be forced to punt the football away.
Well, very fortunate, because this was a poorly thrown ball in a double coverage. Meeks reading the eyes of Tannehill, and you know that should be an interception, but that was a very poor decision to throw that ball, and the Dolphins dodge a big bullet.
So Miami will punt the ball away. Brandon Tate back deep to receive for the Bills. Matt Darr had one punt blocked earlier. Tate will catch it and go out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Well, Stills was open. The ball was underthrown. He couldn't hang on. And then how about Lorenzo Alexander? Hello, Jay Ajayi. 10-6, Buffalo on top.
You don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way. Don't tell me what to do. Just let me be myself. That's all I ask of you.
The new 2017 Corolla with Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
Sick of getting gouged for limited data? Introducing T-Mobile One. One price, all unlimited for everyone. Get 4 lines for $35 per month each with unlimited 4G LTE data. Switch today.
Here at Outback, the stakes have definitely been raised. We've taken our tender centre-cut sirloin, crispy hash brown cake, and topped them high with grilled shrimp on the barbie or onion rings. Hurry in. Outback Steak Towers start at just $15.99.
Those new glasses?
They are. Do I look smarter?
Yeah, a little. You're making money now. Are you investing?
Well, I've been doing some research.
Let me introduce you to our broker.
How much does he charge?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you get your fees back if you're not happy?
Wow, you're laughing.
That's not the way the world works.
Well, the world's changing.
Are you asking enough questions about the way your wealth is managed? Wealth management at Charles Schwab.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Charles Schwab. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, the world-renowned Joe's Stone Crabs, and we go from the world-renowned restaurant to the world-renowned Jack Nicklaus and his wife Barbara enjoying a game today where their grandson Nick O'Leary is playing for the Buffalo Bills. We've got movement by the Miami Dolphins as the play is blown dead. .9:41 to play here in the third quarter. Here's Brad Allen.
Encroachment. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. First down.
All right, so Jordan Phillips called for his second penalty today. There is Nick O'Leary, the grandson of Jack Nicklaus. Such a fantastic player at Florida State. 5-yard penalty, first down and 5. LaShawn McCoy bounces left, comes back right, and not much there. Mario Williams makes the tackle. Mario has been a topic of conversation the last couple weeks. His playing time has been diminished, but as we talked about the other day, Vance Joseph said that may make him a better player.
Yeah, maybe playing less reps so make him more productive and playing harder. That was a terrific job. He's crashing down inside, and then McCoy as he reverses field, he gets out there and cuts off McCoy. And then the rest of the defense comes and makes a tackle. That's the kind of plays they're looking at Williams at the end.
Second down and 7. Passes complete to Tate. And Tate shy of a first down. Byron Maxwell and Kiko Alonso, the 2 former Eagles, make the tackle. Under 9 minutes to play, Rex Ryan's team up by 4, facing a 3rd down and 2. It's a very manageable 3rd down here for the Bills.
Well, both teams are trying to find something offensively here in the 3rd quarter. Defensive have come out and play with a lot of energy.
Third down and 3 yards or less. 0 for 1 today. Tyrod Taylor can run if he gets in trouble. He's elusive. Not elusive enough. Wrapped up and taken down by Jason Jones. That's a good job by the Dolphins defense.
This is exactly how you have to play Taylor. And Ndamukong Suh blows it up. And Taylor is so good at avoiding the first rusher. But now, as he escapes, you got to run out of it. And you have to cut him off to the sideline. That is a perfect job outside by Jones to get Taylor on the ground.
This will be a tough one for Grant, who fields it at the 30. Is punched back by Lorenzo Alexander. And then is out of bounds. So the Dolphins down by just 4. The defense has done its job on 2 series here in the second half.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it. Is it suede? Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you.
I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it.
Is it suede?
It's suede.
I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Can a toothpaste do everything well?
This clean was like, pow.
It added this other level of clean to it.
6 times cleaning.
My teeth are glowing. They are so white.
6 times whitening.
I actually really like the 2 steps.
Step 1 cleans, step 2 whitens.
Every time I used this together, it felt like leaving the dentist office.
Crest HD, 6 times cleaning, 6 times whitening.
I would switch to Crest HD over what I was using before.
Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Hi, how can I help?
I could work in the morning, don't get off in the night.
Monday, get ready. TV's #1 new comedy, Kevin Can Wait, is moving to a new time.
It's the beauty of stretchy pants. I'm always ready.
Ray Romano guest stars.
Thanks for inviting me, man. I appreciate it. You called me.
Then Matt LeBlanc brings his comedy spark back to TV.
Oh, I have got spark.
2 of comedy's biggest stars.
I know.
Kevin Can Wait in the premiere of Man with a Plan, Monday.
All right, the Dolphins defense has given the offense another opportunity, down by just 4. They'll start this drive from the 32. Sam Young has checked in as an eligible lineman. It'll be first down from the 32. Ajayi, who has 108 yards on the ground, only the 2nd runner to gain 100 yards or more against the Bills defense this year. The first one was Matt Forte in week 2. Off the play fake, Tannehill, he's in trouble, and he is sacked at the 26-yard line. Lorenzo Alexander. The 9th sack of the year for Lorenzo Alexander.
Bills overloading this right side, bringing Zach Brown and then Alexander. He just beats Dominic Jones to the corner around the edge. The defense has come out in attack mode. First down, both series. Rex Ryan is dialing up the blitz, and they're overloading the left side of the Miami offensive line to try and get him out and away from Tunsil and Albert.
He has a sack in 7 consecutive games. Kyle Williams slows Ajayi, and then Corey Graham is there to wrap him up with Alexander. Lorenzo Alexander is the first football player since Jared Allen to have a 7-game sack streak, and it's come out of nowhere. Third down, Shaq Lawson checks in. He's at the right side of the defensive line. Tannehill drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Runs away, and flags come in, and he is taken down at the 31 by Kyle Williams. Boy,
Holding,
Dennis.
offense number 74. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Third penalty of the day for Bushrod.
How about Kyle Williams? Number 95. Rex Ryan calls him the most underrated defensive tackle in the league.
And what did you say to Rex?
I said he's not underrated. This guy, everybody knows how good he is. But he chases Tannehill from the inside out, gets off the block, gets outside the numbers. Well, that's the kind of motor you want to see from number 95. That guy is unbelievable in the middle.
Low snap. Dar handles it. Brandon Tate comes running up. Fields it at the 32 and calls for the fair catch. So back and forth we go. Tyrod Taylor with a 4-point lead.
You don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way. Don't tell me what to do. Just let me be myself. That's all I ask.
The new 2017 Corolla with Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Clay Matthews, and I'm good at football. And so is Verizon. Because now you can watch every live, local, and primetime game on your phone with NFL Mobile, exclusively on Verizon. All without using your data. That's better than good. It's the best. And I'm the best. Watch live NFL games, NFL Red Zone, and more with NFL Mobile, all in HD, only on America's best network.
Cheez-It Grooves are the perfect union of a Cheez-It and a chip.
You mean like they got married?
I guess.
You'd make a pretty bride in that wedding gown.
It's a lab coat.
Hey, everyone, Joe's getting married.
I am not.
We take time for our cheese to mature in our crispy Cheez-It Grooves.
Get your smart on with a new episode of Scorpion at its new time, Monday, 10, 9 Central.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. And by National Mortgage Lender Quicken Loans. Home buy, refi, power.
Well, the Buffalo Bills just 28 plays today. This would be play number 29. They've amassed just 119 yards of total offense. You know, this is the #1 rush offense in the league against the number 31 rush defense in the league. And it's been bizarro world here this afternoon. On first down, Tyrod Taylor looking long, looking for Goodwin. He's got it in stride. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 67 yards. Goodwin beat Michael Thomas.
Byron Maxwell has to call Darrelle Revis and ask him how fast Marquise Goodman is on the outside. Byron Maxwell is looking in the backfield the entire way. I mean, Goodwin closes his cushion, runs right by him. And the safety just can't get over in time. I mean, you have to know your personnel and who you're dealing with. I mean, Goodwin in a foot race. Michael Thomas, the free safety, can't get over that fast outside the numbers in time. Bad play by Maxwell.
The point after by Dan Carpenter to make it a 17-6 game. It is good. Tyrod Taylor finds Marquise Goodwin for his 3rd touchdown reception of the year.
I will follow you. Ever since you touched my hand, I knew. I love you, I love you, I love you. Where you go, I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow. You'll always be my true love, my true love. true love forever.
Going to business school, I took out a very big student loan. It was the first time that I actually felt a sense of fear. It was stressful. Then my friend told me about SoFi. I lowered my interest rate by 40%, which will save me over $25,000. Now I go to SoFi's member events, and I met some really inspiring people. Refinancing my loan with SoFi was probably one of the smartest things I've ever done.
Save thousands by consolidating your student loans. Get your rate in less than 2 minutes. Visit trysofi.com.
This $6.99 any deal is too good to be true. 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any recipe, no questions asked? Well, I got some questions. Does that include meat lovers?
Yeah.
Are you a hologram?
What?
The $6.99 any deal, is it proof that no one out pizzas the hut?
Whether you're wearing layers, beads, stripes, or cheese. If you bleed blue, black and yellow, purple, or various shades of red, this is your beer.
We wanted to do a show about the hospital of the future.
Welcome to Bunker Hill.
It's combining these great minds of medicine with these people who understand technology. It will take the two of them to make this dream work.
You ready?
I want the job.
With NFL Game Pass, replay the games you missed with condensed games in 45 minutes or the full broadcast versions. Get the new midseason offer today at NFL.com/Game Pass. 67-yard touchdown. Previous 28 pass plays, 119 yards. Grant will take a knee for the first time today. This is the game that gets so heated they play on neutral turf. Antonio Callaway and the Gators feud with Nick Chubb and the Bulldogs on the SEC on CBS. The festivities begin with a CBS College Football Special and College Football Today. The first meeting between these two teams was back in 1915. Florida has won the last two. Now there's Goodwin. You know, without Sammy Watkins, Tyrod Taylor doesn't have a whole lot of long passes this year. Rex Ryan said last year Tyrod was a passer. This year he runs more than he passes, but that's because of Watkins' injury.
That was only the second time this season that those two, Taylor and Goodwin, have connected on a fade. The first one was against the Jets for a touchdown, and then they just hit the Dolphins right there.
All right, so now down by 11. The Dolphins go to work with Ajayi. He's over 100 yards rushing, and it adds to that total with nearly a 10-yard gain here. Corey Graham makes the tackle. Well, you look at Ajayi's numbers at him, 121 yards, but they're still losing 17-6. It goes back to red zone execution.
It goes to a few things. It goes to complementary football. Special teams have been huge. And the Bills have won the most important part of the field, the red zone. It comes down to points.
First down, Ajayi again. He's been the workhorse. He'll get two up to the 37. Preston Brown makes the tackle. LaShawn McCoy, we were just told by the Bills PR staff that his hamstring has acted up and he is doubtful to return. He's only got 8 rushes today for 11 yards. Last year he played in only 12 games. The hamstring was an issue last year, so they want to go conservative with him when it comes to the hammy here today.
Yeah, I think it's something that, you know, they don't want it to linger. And I think being up by 11 points here makes them feel a little bit more comfortable with the offense that they're going with throughout this game. But certainly they need him down the stretch to be a big factor, as he has been the last 4 games.
Devontae Parker with the reception in front of Ronald Darby. It'll be a first down for the Dolphins, a gain of 9.
It doesn't look like much, but that was a big conversion. You know, Buffalo, they just hit you with a big shot. They've come out with a little bit more energy after halftime. And after stalling the first drive, answering, getting a first down, building on something was very important for the Dolphins.
Tannehill still under 100 yards passing. He gives it off to Arian Foster, who's taken down from behind. A short game. McCray makes the tackle.
One little change that they made, Bills defensively after halftime, Corbin Bryant, number 97, is aligning on Pouncey a lot. and not allowing him to get access to the linebackers. It's allowed Brown and both Brown, Preston and Zach Brown, to flow in the gaps and make plays in the run game.
It's a lot of respect for Mike Pouncey, isn't it? When they put somebody on him like that to not allow him to get to the second level. Second down and 8. Tannehill out of the backfield, Landry. And Landry breaks a tackle, still on his feet, knocked out of bounds on the sidelines. The near sideline by Robert Blanton. It's a gain of 21.
A big play for Landry. This should be a tackle. You see Gray blocking downfield. Nikhil Roby-Coleman comes over. He's the guy responsible in coverage. Can't make the tackle, and then Landry with a big play down the sideline.
Roby-Coleman had a big week last week against the San Francisco 49ers. Landry now 4 catches for 60 yards. On first down from the 30, it's Ajayi again going back to work. Kyle Williams from behind. And he gets down close to the 26-yard line. Ajayi now 19 carries, 127 yards.